Hello, everybody. Very good afternoon to you, and welcome to another day when we go through the markets to look for opportunities yet again. Thank you very much for joining from wherever you are joining from. It's really a privilege to be here with you once again. It's the 26th day of August 2025, and of course, the second day of the week when we come back again to go through the markets to see opportunities as they align with our investment goals. Wherever you're streaming from, this is welcoming you and congratulating you for keeping in touch and always building, keeping the focus and staying invested. Thank you very much. It's beautiful to be here. You may be surprised why I'm putting on a t-shirt, but I gave the warning the other day that I am on vacation and you will soon see me on t-shirts. That's because indeed I have to recharge my batteries and get set for the remaining months and quarter of the year. Thank you very much from wherever you are joining. You know how we do it here. Keep liking, keep sharing this live stream from all platforms that you are connected from. And of course, we have our in-house moderators, Maobi, Gratitude Boss, which is Rehoboth, and then of course Oremos, and as others as I may be announcing. They will be helping me to, from time to time, recap some of the things I must have mentioned before. Some questions follow after. And of course, they are knowledgeable enough to give you further updates as we progress on the comment section, because it's obvious I am not able to meet up all comments throughout the live stream. Now, you know how we do it. 1 hour into the live stream, TikTok will be open for calls to come in, and we will share our views, ask our questions, and all of that. But before then, I will proceed to take us through the market updates regarding what transpired yesterday. Of course, there was trading yesterday, and we will take a review of trading activities yesterday. Thank you very much, Jigel. I see your comment there. Appreciate you. And now we also, excuse me, we also, after that review, then I'll be taking your comments. But before I proceed, please let's be informed that all the views and opinions expressed in this live stream are just my opinion and not an investment advice. In any case, do your due diligence, and if you must act on anyone, make sure that you get conviction yourself. Thank you very much. So on to review of trading activities yesterday. The Nigerian exchange began the week on a positive note as equities gained 285 billion naira in market value yesterday, lifted by strong performances in Julius Berger and QTix. Of course, the insurance stocks also played a good role there. At the close of trading, the all-share index advanced by 435.61 points, and of course, representing 0.31% rise. It settled at 141,439.75 points. The rally pushed the market capitalization to 89.5 billion naira, reflecting improved investor sentiment despite recent volatility that had been seen the market shed value in the previous week. Trading data showed that a total of 589.73 million shares worth 11.22 billion naira were exchanged in 33,304 deals. People keep complaining there's no money in the market, in the economy. Yet, just one day, yesterday, 11.22 billion naira was staked in stocks. And of course, that went into the pockets of sellers as buyers provided the funds. All right? We are in a practical session. So when you hear this information, even when you are watching news on television and you hear these things, you should be able to now relate. That is to say, out of the 11.22 billion naira exchanging hands yesterday, if you were amongst those who bought any kind of stock, even if it's a 10 naira stock, 1 unit, your money is involved in that 11.22 billion. And then, of course, if you sold yesterday, you are amongst those who took part of that 11.22 billion. Practically speaking, this is what we are doing. So it's good to know how the market performs on a daily basis. Of course, market breadth closed positive with 40 gainers against 17 losers. So you can see how the sentiment is now changing from too many sellers towards the close of last week to now much more buying activity going on. Julius Berger Nigeria led the gainers chart with 9.93% appreciation to close at 146 naira 10 kobo. It was followed by QTix, which gained 9.86% to close at 3 naira 90 kobo, while Regency Alliance Insurance rose by 9.7% to finish at 1 naira 47 kobo. Veritas Capital Assurance climbed 9.6% to close at 2 naira 17, and McNichols appreciated by 9.37% to settle at 3 naira 50 kobo. All right. On the gainers chart, NEM Insurance advanced by 8.83% to close at 28 naira 95 kobo. Remember, on Friday I mentioned that NEM was due for a purchase. I re-echoed that yesterday, Monday, and I know it was around 26 when it dipped the lowest from its 52 weeks high. So we have NEM closing 28.95. We will see what happens with that sector again. Hopefully things get better. Excuse me. We are off now to your comments. Remember, when putting in your comments, if I don't see it early enough, you are permitted to keep repeating those comments so that we can be able to see them, because the screen scrolls automatically and it's difficult for me to go back and forth. Okay, Coach, honestly, you look sharp on t-shirt. Sharp. Thank you very much, Chris. Who knows? Maybe this might just be the way to go some days. But for now, let me enjoy my freedom without a tie. All right. Thank you very much. I am glad that we are adapting very well, no matter what the change is. The important thing is that we are getting the results we are looking for. What's happening to Total? Going down. Is it a good buy? Isaac, please don't go there. Total is in a struggle after a very poor performance, and this is really surprising because they did so well to climb to 600 and something naira per share as the most expensive petroleum marketing company listed on the stock exchange. They were so expensive by the reason of their stellar performances many years ago, but not so anymore, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, keep your comments coming in, and if you are not following me, you are losing money, right? Okay, I'm seeing a lot of comments about the t-shirts. Looking nice. Hearing from you. Jacinta Choma says, finally on t-shirt. Looks good on you, Coach. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Jacinta. Thank you very much. Very good. Very soon, we all will follow Coach for a destination vacation. Absolutely, Zini. Very, very possible. If it happens with me, it can happen for all of us. And before you know it, we'll be ruling our world, right? Coach, please talk on Aradel. Looks like a running train. Maxwell Uligbi, I need to understand your interpretation of a running train, because as we speak now, Aradel is at 502 naira, down from the 510 naira. It's actually been stagnated for a while, and it's having so much supplies. That's why it's not moving. But the good thing that everybody needs to understand is, for as much as there has been frequent and regular supply, excess supply for Aradel, it just refuses to go down below 500. In spite of all the challenges it has faced. For instance, there are just about 672,000 offers, bids for Aradel versus 6.2 million offers. And yet, this stock is refusing to go down. And then another one there, Bitter Glass, is just tearing every chart. Principles and patterns and what have you, expectations of the market and all that. Bitter Glass is something else, and we really can't understand what's driving that stock. Up till now, it keeps flying, right? 478 naira per share at the moment. Before our very eyes, this stock just keeps giving. And it's difficult. It's easy to see social media posts about, if you bought Bitter Glass in January, this is what your money is now, blah, blah, blah. But you know what? How many people could have bought Bitter Glass at 15 naira when we mentioned it and held on beyond 100 naira? Because a lot of times we see 100% and then we sell off. But look at 478 inside this very year, when Bitter Glass was selling between 50 and 60 naira in January or so. We had the experience of someone who bought at 60 and then sold off, then it started rising. Yeah. So sometimes the market surprises us completely. That was what Lace did on the U.S. stock exchange. I mentioned how it ran 59%, closing 59% Just 6 days ago, I made a post on Instagram. It closed at $3.29. Yesterday, it jumped further again, and in the last 5 days, it's done over 100%. How many people could have just jumped into that? That would have been uh, risky, because usually there's supposed to be a pullback after every major climb. But sometimes people can be, fortunate. As at the time I mentioned bitter glass, I specifically stated this is a long-term stock because of the fundamentals that were so solid, but it was really not known. But I can tell you what's happening with bitter glass now is beyond fundamentals, it's beyond technicals. But just imagine if someone else bought and stayed in there and just said, okay, this is my long term stock. I'm going to hold it for as long as I will. As long as there is no negative fundamental reports about this company, this is how far you would have gone. And it's not yet up to a year. And that's why I say the stock market is not a get rich quick scheme, but sometimes it surprises us with gains quicker or faster than we expect. Coach, can I get Aradel now and at what price? And gold. You really can get Aradel now because as we speak, it's at 502, down from the 510, obviously refusing to go below 5 no matter the supplies, which is good. So, putting a bid for Aradel at 502 naira per share, you are most likely to get. Okay? If you are not following me, you are losing money. Absolutely. And I don't need to re-echo this. In fact, it comes from most of you because of your experiences. Keep your comments coming in on Instagram. The system is not scrolling as fast as TikTok is. Yay, finally, coach on casual shirt. Oh, yes, song. Appreciate that. Looks good, okay? Coach, please, between Aradel and Dang Cement, which one is good buy? Mr. D. Abba, I would go for Aradel now, obviously because it's a cheaper proposition and yet offers dividend payment twice a year. So I would go for Aradel. I'm so happy I bought 1,000 of bitter glass around 200. Do you mean that, Toluwa Lashe? Wow, awesome, fantastic. I never knew that after Fortune bought at 60, someone else still went ahead to buy. Can you imagine that? Some people can be very daring in this place, and it's just a confirmation of the fact that, look, the higher the risk, the higher the returns. That was a very risky move. Moving from 60 or 50 to 200, somebody still jumped in, and now you are rewarded over 100% profit and still climbing. Toluwalashe, please do not sell, because deals like these are very rare to come by. You will go on social media now, you will start seeing people talking about if you bought this. Nobody could have ventured in as much. Yeah? Coach, is a good time to take position in Honeywell. Okay, let's see how much. If it's dropped below 22 or 23, we will find out. Excuse me. Honeywell floor is at 22. Not bad, because it's looking like it's stagnated for a while. Supply is a little bit higher, 3.8 million versus 2.4 million bids. Therefore, maybe 22. If not, in fact, if you put in a bid at 22, you're able to buy almost immediately. If not, you should put in a bid at 21.60. You've lost sound. How have you lost sound? Please, TikTokers, can you confirm if you really have lost sound? If you can hear me, just type yes, yes. On TikTok, if you can hear me, just type yes, 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 yes. I need to be sure that you can hear me loud and clear. All right, thank you very much. Appreciate that feedback, and thank you for that immediate response towards the loss of sound. Okay, the YouTube video is going to be downloaded from TikTok, so I need your input as much as possible for any disruptions to transmission services. Thank you very much. Keep your comments coming in. So that's it between Aradel and Dang Cement. For now, I'll go with Aradel. You're going to be receiving dividend almost immediately you buy, and of course, They paid actually the same dividend last year. Okay. FMCG is recovering, pharmaceuticals going up, bitter glass will thrive. Oh yes, their activities are so much. In fact, their business is a lot. People now use a lot of glassware in most of the interior decoration in Nigeria. Apart from the continuous production for bottling companies and of course breweries companies, so bitter glass is in more like a niche market that in fact they are a moat in their sector. Not everybody is into glass production, and you of course you know what that means. And besides that, in fact, their market is quite large because even fiberglass for boat building, um, Vita Glass also produces that and so on. Let's see, maybe there are a lot of expansion programs going on, or there is foreign injection of funds in terms of ownership. We would not know yet. Perhaps one needs to go back and read through their annual reports to see if anything reflects the activities going on behind the scene. Coach, they have very little competition. Yeah, that's true. Soft drinks and all that. Yeah. Hey, Kaka, it's good to see you. Coach, can I get another now and at what price? Okay, keep your comments coming in. It's looking like some of the comments on Instagram, on TikTok are frozen. Otherwise, keep your questions coming in. All right, I can hear you. I can hear you. Yes, yes, yes. All right, thank you very much. You are finally in the holiday outfit, looking good as always. Dowsy Unlimited, thank you very much. Hello, coach. What can we get for 25K today? 25K. What can we get for 25K? Let's see what's happening with QTix. Yesterday, QTix went in on full bid and wasn't available. So QTix is now 4 naira 8 kobo. Once again, QTix touches above 4. It's been dilly-dallying up and down the 4 naira mark. We don't know how long that will last, but let's see how it goes. Whether or not support is established here, I would have mentioned QTix if it was less than 4, but now that it's above 4, we could look elsewhere. Let's see. 25K, 25K, 25K. I want a penny stock for that you will hold for a long term. 25K can fetch you 1,000 Fidelity Bank and you still have some change and then still qualify for dividend. Or you could go into an insurance stock that has not run too far. Let's see what mutual benefits insurance could be a good buy for you also. Okay, I think I've mentioned some good names that you can work with. From mutual benefit, which is now dropping, it's always good to buy a stock when it's dropping because it's a fan favorite and because the offers are more than the bids right now. 17 million offers versus 8 million bids for mutual benefits. Maybe you could take a long-term position there. Otherwise, then you go for a stock like Veritas Cap. That's another one. At 25,000 can fetch you some substantial volume, and then you sit it out. Otherwise, universal insurance. Hold on, I'll find out if that's a better proposition. Universal insurance. Still trying to. Okay. 1 naira 29 kobo. Sorry about that. Where we are, it's always like that, but we'll be back up again. Never mind. Just listen to me while I speak. I can see all your comments. Universal insurance. 1 naira 29 kobo. Well, if I check through how far universal insurance has gone, it's been 160 before. It's now 129, down from 132. So I think I've mentioned a few names that you can work with, okay? Right. Hello, coach. Can I get a list of stocks that pay dividends monthly or every 6 months? Simply just type all these things you have done now on Google, and that's a good way to start. What of WAPIC? Good. Now, WAPIC is one strong name, stubbornly staying above 340, currently 345. and has higher bids. All right, 25,000 can also go for WAPIC. So you have several choices to pick from. Okay, I just think that money can go into insurance, and then you relax there. Please, coach, talk about UPDC rate. Well, there's a lot that is going to benefit the real estate sector, really. It will be nice to see UPDC rate around 6, but it hasn't dropped yet. Slightly higher offers, 4.6 million offers versus 4 million bids. Um, it will be good to just stay patient and see how low this a stock like this goes. And then the next thing is to find a way to take position. Coach, please, can we buy Cadbury at current price? Let's see how much Cadbury is for now. Here we go. Cadbury, 16 naira. Wow. Yesterday would have been a fantastic entry point. 57 naira was the cost yesterday. In fact, it closed 57.85. Now it's 60.90. Though the highest bid is at 59, I think you may hazard a guess and put in at 59, or stay patient at 58.70. Put it at 58.70, but they would have to sell to about 134,000 bids before it gets to you. But it's a good bargain point, entry price. 1.8 million bids versus 1.3 million offers. That's the situation with Cadbury. Please, how can I take advantage of the UBA rights issue since I qualify? Do I need to buy more through my broker or fill out the form? Pastor Osawe. All you can do is email your broker to send you the form to complete and put in the right quantity due you. Make sure the funds is to pay for those rights are available in your trading account, and then there you go. Go ahead and buy. Right? Please, coach, what platform are you using to check those data? T Fortified Hub. I use my broker's platform, Atlas Portfolios Limited. It's a web portal, so it's not an app. Please, coach, 5 foreign stocks under $10 for the long run, like 5 years. When you make comments like this, it makes it look like I have the entire US market in my head. You know how big it can be. And then, of course, you know how volatile the market is. So just 5, the entire criteria means I should go into a research, and that's not what I'm able to do on the spot. But you know what? I have no idea why I continue to. Okay, in the course of this live stream, I will try to see if I can migrate my foreign stock, what you call, migrate my foreign stock watch list down here. Okay, and let's see if I can go back and forth, because I do a lot of research, I do a lot of reading, studying, and all of that, analysis and all of that, to come to a conclusion of what stock to mention. So it's really not magical. It's not magic. Sometimes I come here, my eyes are red because I haven't had a good sleep or something. I keep searching, I keep working. So when I come out and mention a stock, it most likely gives you good results over time, or even very quickly, sometimes quicker than I expect. You know why? Because of the amount of sacrifice and work that has been put in. Yeah. So that's it. Okay. So I'll look towards that and see if this works. Right. Okay. Please, coach. I've responded to that. Hello, coach. Between Aradel and Zenith, which one should I buy today? Buy depends on how much the volume of capital you are talking about is. If you have sufficient capital to invest, that is a lot, go for Aradel. If the capital is not too much, then you go for um, Zenith. Both of them will pay you dividend at the end of around October. So in 2 months' time. Yeah. Hello, coach. Should I buy Beta Glass? Fabulous Media. Honestly, I stopped recommending Beta Glass when it got to 200. Some people have asked around 300. I refuse to say. Some have asked around 400. I refuse to say. Now it's 480 something, and you are asking. I will not recommend. The problem is if I do and it fails because it's completely against my principle, the way the stock has performed, to still be mentioning it for as a recommendation. No. But that's why you are the CEO of your portfolio. If you decide that you want to take on the risk and learn a few lessons in the process, why not? The lessons are just going to either be good or bad. Simple. Sorry, coach, the stress is really showing in your eyes. Thank you very much, Young Cool Ventures. Coach, please, were you able to figure out between ICO and Cornhole, which is better? What? ICO and Cornhole? As a matter of fact, going by the numbers, Cornhole is far better, honestly. Well, let me not assume. ICO, let's see. Cornhole. Let's just take a look at the pros and the cons and see what the difference is. ICO, in terms of their performance, financial performance, revenue trailing 12 months, 152 billion. Cornhole, revenue trailing 12 months, 53 billion. So ICO has generated over 100 billion, about almost 100 billion in revenue more than Cornhole. Net income, after generating 152 billion, ICO has a net income of 13.27 billion. On the other hand, Cornhole, having generated nearly 100 billion less than ICO, has a net income of 16.26 billion. What does that tell you? You generate 152 billion, you are having a net income of 13 billion. Whereas the other generates 53 billion and has a net income more than your 13, recording 16.2 billion. Shares outstanding, ICO, 36 billion shares. Shares outstanding, Cornhole, 10.8 billion. Trickle all that down to the per share metrics of earnings per share. ICO, 36 kobo per share. Cornhole, 1 naira 50 kobo. What does that tell you? A big yawning gap in terms of efficiency in the management of revenue generated. Simple and short. ICO is spending way too much to run the business compared to Cornhole. And it could just be a result of so many other things, because ICO has been there all along many years, and so it's almost like an old civil service establishment, kind of. So they have all sorts of burdens to take care of, whereas Consolidated Hallmark is a younger version. You know how the new generation banks came in the 1990s and took over the banking system, and the entire banking industry was just turned upside down. When the likes of First Bank, Union Bank, the old UBA were existing and holding down, there's AfriBank also, those days, were holding the banking industry to what looks like ransom. You will go to the bank. I remember my first bank account was with Union Bank. You go to the bank and you collect tally. They give you tally. You will take tally. You take a number from the counter. You want to make a withdrawal. You take a number from the counter, and then you go and do whatever you are doing elsewhere to come back and meet up to collect money. Civil servants will come with mat and lie down on the banking hall, waiting for their turn. And then the likes of GTCO, Zenith, Oceanic, Intercontinental Bank, they all rose up from that time when CBN came up with a policy that enabled, and there were a category of bankers, a generation of bankers took full advantage of that. That's why you will find that the likes of Tayo Aderodoku, Fola Adeola, the late Herbert Wigwe, the current group MD the chairman of Access Group, Access Bank Corporation Group, Aigboje Ike Imokwede, all of those people were in their early 30s, young guys in Lagos, positioned themselves and took full advantage of that CBN policy that time. That's why you see younger bank executives. And then they turned everything around, and today we have something completely different. So, consolidated hallmark is like a new generation system that starts and is very careful from the onset how they manage resources. Most importantly, they have one major client, which is Aradel. Okay? Of course, they also made money from the money Aradel is making because they are also shareholders of Aradel. Go back and study full-blown, cover to cover, the annual report of Aradel. You will find those details amongst shareholder records. All right? So, between consolidated, that's going into the future. This is what we saw between Fidelity and FCMB before the gap we are seeing today. Fidelity and FTMB were both 250 Kobo stocks 5 years or something like that ago, right? But the gap began to widen when the results began to show. So I can't go for ICO when there is consolidated hallmark. I hope this clears our eyes regarding that question. Okay, I'm getting some very interesting health advice there. Please try have some good sleep because health is wealth. Thank you very much. Zara and Mom, appreciate you for that. How do I register with Atlas Portfolios? MOPA, very simple. Send me a DM on Instagram. Instagram, not TikTok. And I'll forward the link to you. Good day, sir. Please, can I be trained by you, Max Zeno? Yes, you can. Freely, just join the Network Investors Club. Send me a DM. I'll forward the link to you. Also, request for beginner guide video. I'll forward it to you so you get started and follow up. If you are asking for one-on-one coaching, that's completely different. You may want to let me know that. Otherwise, I'm here every day, and then the Discord application is there where we are as a group continually discussing, sharpening our skills, asking questions, following market trends, and all that. Please, I need help. I bought a Fidelity Bank shares and I have not been able to get any dividend. Agbola, was it a public offer? I am guessing you did the public offer purchase last year. Please confirm. If you bought public offer, you need to open a stock brokerage account and then tell your stockbroker to dematerialize, and then you now proceed to asking for your unclaimed dividends. Please, coach, I want to know if mutual benefits do pay dividend. Yeah, I think mutual benefit do. Let me see when last they paid. Okay. The dividend yield is 0.45%. Dividend payment decreased over the last 10 years. True. Well, let's see. How much was the dividend itself? So I was right. They pay dividend. I'm just trying to be fast. July 25th, 2025. They paid a dividend of 2 kobo per share. 2 kobo per share. Payment date, August 7th. Qualification date was before July 25th. That was 1.28% dividend yield. The problem that mutual benefit will face now is the share price has really gone far. It was a 50 kobo stock and was under suspension for not announcing their annual reports early and their audited accounts early enough. And then when they complied with that rule of the exchange, they lifted the suspension and then it started running from there, even before the insurance rally began. So if you go through the charts, you will see how that mutual benefits assurance has really, really climbed as a result of trying to, redeem the years of the months that it was suspended from trading. Please, coach, I want to know if, okay, responded to that. Pensioners suffered too. Yeah, Vivian, your money says. Very true. Coach, please, what's a good entry for tip today? I put in at 1185 yesterday, but couldn't get. And this is a sign that if you have tip in your portfolio, make sure you take your rights issue. Take it very seriously. Make sure you make provision for your rights issue. You will never see tip at 7 naira, and that's what the rights issue is. So the management has been so magnanimous, they are giving it a very good valuation. Lolade says Tony Elumelu too. Okay, yeah, Tony Elumelu that time started off with Standard Trust Bank, right? And then along the line, he saw the disadvantage of going ahead with a brand new name and quickly capitalized on the merger and acquisition opportunity. And so it surprised the entire banking world that time that a new entrant like Standard, what's the name of that? Is this Standard? Forgotten Tony's other bank now. Standard, so forgotten. But I will remember along the line. He decided now to quickly go into a merger and acquisition with UBA. That was how he got into UBA. Somebody remind me, Tony Elumelu's Standard Trust. Thank you very much, Echo White. Thank you very much, Dozy Unlimited. Standard Trust, yes. So if you take a look at the logo of UBA, it still carries that S. That S is the Standard Trust. And Standard Trust became the parent, or I would say, if it were a marriage, the husband in that transaction. But he was wise enough to stick to the old name that the whole world has ever known, United Bank for Africa, but decided to rebrand it and then use that S logo for the new UBA. So it was a smart move, and then he now became the owner, if you like, of such an old institution that has very strong customer base, especially customers of government, organizations in the oil and gas industry, plus most of these retirees and pensioners who knows nothing about any new bank, so that gave him that edge that he enjoys up till today above most of the others. If you go, for instance, you saw him going to UAE, striking all kinds of deals. I remember when he opened a branch of UBA in UAE, very simple, straightforward. When you arrive in such a place, you get more respect, especially in banking, by the number of years you have put in. Your history, very important. So he made a fantastic calculation. While the likes of GT and Access are trying to rebuild a brand, he already has a brand that existed long ago. So he could just go and say, well, we've been existing since 1940. Whereas maybe 1940 he wasn't born. Okay? That's so. And if you are dealing with foreigners, history is very important. And that's what has helped a bank like First Bank, 120 something years old now and still running. So these are the types of companies on the stock exchange, they will say too big to fail. Okay? Right. When is the tip rights issue coming? We are still waiting for approval from the SEC, and then dates will be issued. I think, is it? No. We are still waiting for approval. You will get to know when the offer is on. For now, it's UBA rights that is on, and Charms rights that is on also. Okay. All right, Standard Trust. Yeah, everybody's really following the story. Interesting stuff. So that's what happened. But you see, and then another disadvantage is that banks like Intercontinental Bank crashed, Oceanic Bank crashed. But it will be hard to see Union Bank crash, in spite of how bad they have struggled and now have been acquired by the what you call Titan Trust. Yes. Otherwise, banks don't die easily like that. Coach, is Mansard a good buy at current price? Mansard Insurance, hold on, we'll get to see. So tip actually is at 1205. I mean, beg your pardon. Bid and offer status for tip. I am seeing 12 naira 11 kobo currently. 2.5 million offers versus 2 million bids for tip. The highest bidder is putting a bid at 12 naira 6 kobo. Current price 12 naira 11 kobo. So for this reason alone, just collect all your rights issue very fast. If you fail, I will collect. And I know the owners of tip will collect all theirs and any other ones that are unclaimed. Hello, coach. Your opinion on Laser Photonics or Oscar Health? In Orich, I just spoke about Laser at the beginning of this live stream, where I mentioned that it even surprised me. It made a move of 59% in one day. That day, it closed at 59% gain. It actually did 100% before it pulled back. Traders sold off that very day, and then towards closing, it ended at 59%. And then I made a post about it on Instagram. It closed at $3.29. Yesterday, it ballooned to over 6, thereby recording in 5 days over 100 and I think 164%. Now it becomes more dangerous. So it is more dangerous to get in there. Let's not go above ourselves. It's not even yet been profitable. It just announced a fantastic revenue growth, earnings per share growth, and so on. And then it's enjoying this attention. It could just collapse overnight. Traders can still use it to make some good money along the line. It could still rise further, but you just can't tell. So the risk is high at this point. Okay. Oscar Health. Let's see what that's. The health sector has really suffered. But for those that are fundamentally very sound, you don't want to let the opportunity pass you by. So I'm going to check to see what the situation is with Oscar Health. Has not been doing very well. In the last 1 month, though, it's done 17%, but in the last 6 months, it's done 5%. Year-to-date gain, 21%. One whole year gain is a minus 1% loss. So really, really unclear what the situation is. Fundamentals are not looking really fantastic. If I must report, the Q3 earnings is a negative 55 cents per share on a revenue of $3 billion. So you want to be very careful there. There's not much enthusiasm about Oscar Health. Okay. And basically, this year, the health sector in the US has really suffered some underperformance. Allied Assurance PLC, does it exist on NGX? No. 15 minutes from now, the call lines will be open. Eddie says, please, coach, explain what is public offer. And I think this will form another knowledge session in addition to the question Chris asked the other time that I explained. Public offer, I'm thinking of how best to explain it. Okay, we are a community net worth investors club, right? We now decide that we want to be a public company. But before we decide, we have been existing as a private company, which means the funding of the business that we do, everything is provided by us. Therefore, the reports and everything is only exclusive to us and government for the purpose of tax remittance. Okay? But we decide that we want to become a public company because we want to expand beyond Nigeria. Whatever we are doing here, we want to also be doing in the UK, in France, in Germany, in the Netherlands, in Saudi Arabia, UAE, Italy, all over the place, Canada, US, everywhere. And we need fresh capital to open offices in these locations. And we have said, look, we have put in so much, now we need help. And we don't want to go to the bank to take loans because banks will not understand what we are explaining, and we cannot also generate the resources to pay back those loans with the interest at the time they will want us to pay. The cheapest way to do this, raise capital, we now decide. Debts out of the way, equity correct. Then we approach the stock market, the stock exchange. The NGX will now give us their conditions for getting listed. How many number of shares exist now? How many should be created? And then we decide to register those stocks. As we register it, based on what is existing versus what we want to add to it, we will now approach the market in a public offer. So we offer stocks of Net Worth Investors Club to the public to say, come and be a part of us. Currently, out of the 100% of the shares, let's say shares outstanding is 1 billion. You know, we are learning and putting this to practice now. When you hear shares outstanding, total number of shares that exists, 1 billion shares. And out of that 1 billion, we that are already here before going public, we own about 500 million of those shares amongst us. So we are issuing 500 million shares to the market in a public offer. And because we are coming to the market for the first time to raise that money, we are now saying it's our IPO, initial public offer. Do you understand that now? That's what public offer is. We're asking the public to join and invest in us, and that means we must have also done so well financially, and we show the report to the entire public. And from that moment of becoming a public company, the finances you are reporting, revenue you are generating, everything will now be made public because it's part of the rules of the stock exchange. We'll be reporting our earnings every quarter of the year before the full year result is out. Right? So the process of a private company coming or an existing quoted company coming to the stock exchange to offer their shares to the public is called public offer. So we will now say Net Worth Investors Club is offering the public 500 million shares, 500 million ordinary shares of 50 kobo each. That is the nominal value at 5 naira per share or at 1 naira per share. Then the market will now get excited. Oh, I know Coach. Oh, I know Maobi. Oh, I know Kaka. Oh, I know Rehoboth. Oh, wonderful. I know Alated King. He's the one that always shares that live stream. Okay, I know Chris. He's the one that's always commending Coach of his suit. Come on, let's go and subscribe. Those guys are doing well. They will make us proud. Like Tip is making others proud. 1 naira per share, we will buy. Then we offer those 500 million shares. If it's 1 naira, we're going to raise 500 million naira because 1 naira times 500 million shares offered to the public is 500 million naira. If we do our valuation and we say we are worth 10 naira per share, it means 10 naira times 500 million. How much is that? that should be 5 billion, right? So we now have 5 billion. Then we now take that 5 billion, storm the US, open an office in New York, storm the UK, open an office in London, storm UAE, open an office in Dubai. Just go around, set up everywhere, go to Canada, open an office in Ontario, and so on. And then we fly. I hope it makes sense now. And then whatever we are trying to do, we have enough working capital to shoot and be all over the place to generate more money to reward the shareholders in the form of dividend. And then as the dividend keeps growing, capital gains continue to increase. Is somebody getting? This is real practical that you can't get from anywhere. If you are getting something, I can see the signs on the screen. I can just see the signs on the screen. So you can see clearly that this is a hands-on practical session live. In this community, we are full of knowledge of the market. So since we have not been able to do that, other companies are now doing it. It is IPO or public offer. I have spent enough time on that. I hope somebody got something. If you did get something, go ahead and type something, 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 something. Until I see something, I may not be able to know whether you heard all I said. I'm looking across all platforms now to be sure. Okay, I'm seeing all of what is written on TikTok, but I'm not seeing responses on Instagram. Right, Yomi has typed something. Thank you very much. Great. So we are together. So nobody in this community is now expected to get confused when you hear public offer, public offer, public offer. No confusion. Demystified completely, right? Kudos, coach. WAPIC was initially meant to delist from NGX. Has that changed? Well, I do not have that information. WAPIC was actually taken over and is now Coronation Insurance. So no news about getting delisted. I don't know if maybe the news you are talking about was the takeover by a Coronation, but WAPIC is now Coronation Insurance. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. I'm seeing your somethings. Please, all the somethings, all the somethings that you have typed has moved most of your comments away from the screen. So you may want to also repeat your comments so I can continue to proceed. So which do I go for, Cornhall or Custodian? As far as I'm concerned, Custodian is a stronger insurance company than Cornhall. So if that's what you're looking for and your capital is huge enough to contain the price, then that's it. Otherwise, because Custodian has really enriched its shareholders. Currently 39, we don't know how high it can go, but there is a lot of room for capital gains for Cornhall. Okay, is the dividend percentage paid by NIDF annualized or determined every quarter? And where do I get this information? Eve Interiors. When you say dividend percentage, I don't know what you are referring to. Do you mean dividend yield? If you mean dividend yield, then usually dividend yield is calculated annually. And so what you see being reported when they say dividend yield is so and so is actually the annualized dividend yield, right? For instance, dividend yield for 2024, because you don't know exactly what's going to be paid out for 2025. So they always use existing dividend yields to calculate existing records of dividends paid already to now make projections. And the trailing 12 months dividend yield for NIDF is around between 17 and 20%, depending on how much you also bought the stock, because dividend yield is stock price related, right? It's relative to the stock price. Never mind These are normal things that we see here. It will soon be back up. Stay focused. So the dividend yield is actually relative to price. What happens is with the price movement, upward price movement means lower dividend yield. So that's why we always try to buy stocks at a very low price, as low as possible, so that as dividend also increases based on your early entry. I made that analysis with a stock like Fidelity. The other day I was giving an example of how Fidelity was 1 naira 69 kobo 5 years ago, 169, and now Fidelity is paying over 2 naira per share dividend. That's every passing year they give you more than 100% of the capital you put 5 years ago as dividend. Forget the price movement from 169 to 20 naira as it is today, right? So they are paying over 2 naira every year, and you bought it 1 naira 69 kobo, or one, even if you bought at 2 naira. So every year you are now receiving that amount. So 100% plus is the dividend yield. Now, it is not the same with someone who buys Fidelity this year. The person will buy it at 20 naira, and dividend yield will now be calculated based on the 20 naira entry price of that person. So that by the time you check 2 naira against 20 naira, that's 10%. Right? So the person who is just buying now at 20 naira, dividend yield based on dividend paid is between 10, 11, or 12%. But the one who bought 5 years ago at under 2 naira or 2 naira, dividend yield is more than 100%. So that's the way you need to understand this and then be able to make up your mind on what you are doing. So two things. As dividend, because Fidelity didn't start paying dividend 2 naira 5 years ago. They were paying 10 kobo, 15 kobo along the line as they keep growing the business, creating value, and then we see what happens. Right? So we need to understand this. NIDF has increased dividend over the few years they've been in the stock market. I think they got listed about 3 years ago, and the first set of dividends they were paying was about 3 naira plus. Today it's 5 naira plus. 2 years from now, it can get up to 8 naira plus, right? So if you enter at this price, as dividend payout increases, I'm talking 5 naira plus quarterly, because they pay 4 times. So if the dividend continues to increase over the years, your dividend yield will also be increasing as far as you bought around this time. So that's the way dividend yield works. Oh, really? You lost sound on Instagram? Never mind, it's going to be restored. You carry a user, right? So that's the way it works. I hope you understand this. And this is why we advise stay in your long-term stocks. Don't be moved. Stock prices can be jumping left, right, and center for stocks that do not pay as good a dividend as the ones you already have. But time shall tell, right? Okay, 1 minute and it will be 1 p.m. Someone has repeatedly been asking, Mena Hair. Mena Hair has been asking, saying, is Palantir a good buy now? Palantir actually pulled back to $158. And as at that time, I quickly made a post stating it must have pulled back to where it's a good buy. Let's see how much it is now. 157. In fact, 155 in pre-market. It's a good buy now, especially if you are buying for the long term. Okay. Official Federal Firm, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Maobi. I see the roses there. Hi, coach. Can I participate in rights issue if I do not own the shares at all at the time of issue? No, you can't. Adebo Babs, you are not permitted. That's why it's called rights issue. It's only for existing shareholders. Thank you very much. Benita is on TikTok as well. I'm helping out. She's one of our moderators and very trusted executives of Network Investors Club. Hello, sir. Please, what website or materials do you use in sourcing your information? Go on the NGX website, www.ngxgroup.com. Use tradingview.com and investing.com. Coach Fidelity or First Bank, Dr. Tu. Because of the impending dividend that should be coming soon, I'll go with Fidelity. Otherwise, I will stack up First Bank for a fantastic 2026 year, no matter what's happening now. So that's my take. Rainer Hair Store Abuja, thank you very much for the follow. If you are not following me, you are losing money. Coach, from your analysis, I will have to sell my ICO and out my cornhole. Excuse me. I made 149% in ICO. Fantastic move there. Thank you very much. That's a good move. Long term settles the matter. So you are going to be eating from both ends. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it's 1 p.m. and it's that time when the lines are now open for your calls. Ask any questions you will, and I'll be here to respond. Malby is also in the building to respond, and all other members of Network Investors Club in the ESCO who are moderators today. So, first caller, G Girl.
Hello. Hello, Coach. Good afternoon, Coach.
Good afternoon, G Girl. Tell us your name and where you're streaming from.
Okay, my name is Goodness. I'm calling from Cairo.
Goodness from Cairo, Egypt. Good to have you
Yes.
here. Please go ahead.
Okay, Coach. Coach, first of all, I want to really appreciate you. Ever since I come across your video on Instagram, I have always looking forward to your life every day. Thank
Awesome.
you for everything you're doing, sir.
My pleasure.
Okay, Coach, in my portfolio, I have Fidelity Bank, I have GTCO, and I have Stanley Bank share in my portfolio. So, and I have like 100,000. I want to buy share, but I kind of confused. So I don't know which one I really want to go into. So I will really need your kindly advice. That
Okay.
I need a share. I need a share that I can be like every month. I can be putting money inside.
All right. I will advise that you, some other time, you can top up on those other banks. But I think you have sufficient banks now. You don't want to also concentrate your entire portfolio in banking stocks alone. So you will diversify into a stock in either the services sector or manufacturing. So with 100,000, I would suggest you look towards a stock like TIP.
Tip.
Yes,
Okay, sir.
TIP. TIP and maybe UAC. UAC is expensive. It will clear off your 100,000 with just about 1,000 plus units. I would have said UAC, but I think between UAC and TIP, those two are different industries that can also bring about some level of balance in your portfolio, because there will be times when the banking stocks will slow down and you don't want to just be tied to one sector. So you need to now diversify. So maybe you should start taking up TIP.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you
Sir,
very much.
can I get it at today current price?
For now, it's possible to actually get tip. Wow, tip 11.95. That's a bargain, but the highest bidder is at 12. I don't know how this works. So between 12 and 11.95, you can go in for tip.
All right, sir. Thank you so much, sir. God bless you, sir.
Bless you. Thank you very much. Can you see a young lady is in Cairo, working hard and still trying to invest? What she's doing is securing her tomorrow. She could walk away from whatever the job is and decide she's done. But you just can't do that easily if you don't plan for tomorrow, right? Okay, we have a lot of callers coming in quick and fast. I'm seeing Jay's at the top, Jay Ace, and then Pastor J and Grace. Let's follow it in this sequence. So please keep your environments quiet. I'm going to call you up and we'll have a great conversation. Beginning with Jay Ace. All right, G girl, are you seeing commendations coming there? Someone Benjamin says, "Wise girl, keep it up." That's what we're talking about, right? Raising responsible
Hi,
financial giants who are going to be able
hi.
to hold their own against any economic challenges going forward. Hello, J. Ace. Good
Hello.
afternoon.
Can you hear me clearly?
Loud and clear.
All right, I'm streaming from China. I've got two questions. First of all, TIP. I heard you talked about TIP rights issue. Is it on now?
Not yet on, but details are out.
Okay. GT Co. Is it a good buy today?
Hold on, let me see what the price is at the moment. Always a good buy around 93, 92, but let's see what it is right now. GT Co is at 98. Goodness gracious. It went from 96 yesterday to 98. Currently 15.5 million bids versus 12 million offers. So interest is building up yet again. So it's doing that round trip between 93 back up to close to 100. Currently, I would say maybe you just hold on a bit and see what happens around Friday if your target is GT at this point.
All right, because I actually bought GT last year. I bought it at 44, but I
Ooh,
didn't. Yeah, I bought it at 44. So I was
you
thinking maybe to ramp up on it.
okay. What you would do, stay patient. Whatever you're going to buy, whenever you're going to buy, make sure it's around 93 or below.
Okay, so thank you very much.
Thank you.
Those are my questions.
All right. Pastor J is next. After Pastor J is Grace. And then we keep going from there. All right. We have Maobi in the house. I'll get you in right away so you can help to respond to some of these questions while we continue to pursue further. Hello. Good afternoon, sir.
Good morning, Pastor. Good afternoon, Pastor Christian here, calling from Sweden.
Pastor
Uh,
J, you have never failed to make this pastor coach. Go ahead, sir.
all right, nice. Thank you very much for what you do. I had to sell my NEO on the 212 trading to make some good money from there. So I'm still waiting for when you drop watching it. It's about $6 now. I'm waiting until you get to 5. Thank you very much for that. I made good money there. Thank you. I appreciate it. Now
What's
I have just one question.
okay?
My right issues will change. I got a message from Morgan Capital that I should fill in the form and the unit I was due. So I was due for 500 units, 500,000 units, because I bought 1 million. So I transfer the money to them. I see the money in my portfolio, and I fill the form and I've scanned it to them. But I've not seen it being purchased. I don't know what's wrong. Am I to go ahead to do the purchase myself, or why the delay?
Oh my God. Pastor J is in a hurry to strike. Never mind. The way rights issue is packaged is they almost assemble the funds together at the same time. So
Okay,
it's towards the closing that they will debit you.
I didn't get you.
You don't purchase it, it's not existing yet. They will
Okay,
have to gather every other person's application and then submit and then make remittance. So
okay,
at the appropriate time, they will debit you.
okay, okay. I don't need to do anything. So I've
You
done
don't
my
need to
part.
do nothing, just leave the cash equivalent in your account always.
Okay.
And as long as you have submitted your form, when they are done collating, they will evacuate the funds accordingly.
All right. Thank you so much. Then on
Thank you.
tips issue, I didn't get it clearly. You spoke a little about tips issue. I have about 35,000 units in my wallet. I don't know. Is it for everyone share I have? It's what I'm going to get, or the details of
Tip, I
it.
think tip is 2 for 1. I mean, 1 for 2.
Wow.
Hold on. Is it 1 for 2? Hold on. Let me see. Tip rights issue. Um, we're trying to make sense out of what the rights issue is. Just a moment. Um, hello, Malby, are you there? Okay, I have not seen. I have not seen what the ratio is. I'll be able to mention that in the course of this live stream if I come across it. What I
All
do,
right.
Yeah, hello, coach. Tip is actually available for the right issue. It's actually 1 for 5.
1 for 5. Okay. So, Pastor, divide the total number of
Yeah, it's 1 for 5.
Okay.
by the quantity, and then it's 7 naira per share, right?
Ratio 1 to 5. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it. God bless you, sir. Bye, sir.
Okay, Grace is next. After Grace, the following stand by Abdullah, Ehije, and David.
Coach, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Tell us
I
your
hope you're
name.
enjoying
Where
your
you're coming
vacation.
from. Well, it's coming good. No
Okay,
problem.
the name is Steven. I'm calling from Lagos.
Stephen from Lagos, thank you for joining. Go ahead.
Okay, I know that most of my question is around tip, which has been asked, but I want to ask who are the registrar?
Registrars of tip. This is something you can easily Google. Right, but just a moment, I'm almost done doing that.
Thank you very much, sir.
Appel Capital Registrars Limited. Appel, APEL.
Okay. I want to ask, I'm sorry, are they the one that they will send email to everybody that are shareholders, or how would we be informed?
Your stockbroker will update you. They will also send you, but it's always better processing through your stockbroker.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, so my second question is about Academy Press.
Okay.
I saw somewhere online that they would also be doing a bonus issue of I think 1 for 5 in October. I want to validate that information.
Absolutely correct. Academy Press actually proposed a 15 kobo dividend and 1 for 5 bonus.
Oh, awesome.
That is subject to shareholders' approval yet. Okay.
Okay. And these are just my
Dividends will
two.
actually be paid October 16th, so it's far. But the AGM has to take place before that happens. And the AGM is holding on October 23rd.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. But on behalf of most people typing, I can see that a couple of us are asking the qualification date for TIP.
Qualification date for TIP was, I think, 1st August.
Oh, okay. 1st of August. All right. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much. So next is Abdullah. After Abdullah, Ehije. After Ehije, David Uzokwe. Abdullah, you are next.
Coach.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Coach. How are you doing today?
Very well, thank you. And you?
I'm good, I think good. My name is Abdullah and I'm streaming from Qatar. Coach, actually, the question I have, someone has asked, and I think I have an idea about it now because I want to go into tips. So when I'm hearing about right issue, I wanted to ask what is the qualification date? Is there a qualification criteria for the right issue? And the dividend for tips, the qualification date.
Okay, TIP actually announced a 10 kobo dividend, and qualification date is supposed to be 1st of August. But I am thinking, hold on, let's see. It's looking like that qualification date for dividend is supposed to have passed. I think they should have paid their dividend. Am I mistaken? Hold on. Just a moment. Oh, okay. Not able to find that update yet. Let me confirm dividend payment date.
Okay, coach. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that dividend was paid since. Payment date was April 28th.
And they pay once a year, right?
Yes, they pay once a year. They paid 10 kobo per share. That was what drove the price down after the result came out, before it started rising again.
Okay.
Beautiful thing
Which
is that
means if I should buy now, I will be qualified for next year dividend.
absolutely.
And then, thank you so much for your answer to that. My second question is between Zenith Bank and Fidelity Bank for a long term goal, which will you advise?
Between Zenith and Fidelity.
Yes, please.
Oh, that's a tight call. I'll go with Zenith being the bigger player that will pay the higher dividend. But Fidelity will give you a whole lot more in the long term as well, if they consistently perform the way they've been doing up to the most recent years. If you have your way, you can have both, but you can go aggressively with Zenith. Why? Zenith could eventually rise to a point where it becomes too expensive to buy. Whereas Fidelity has been patient and could still give you opportunity to buy um, cheaper. So you could buy Zenith first in order not to miss out completely in the future, while still biding your time to buy Fidelity later when fresh funds comes.
Thank you very much, Coach. And I also want to use this time to appreciate you for all you've done. You've really created impact in our lives, and may the good Lord continue to be with you.
Amen. Thank you
That
very
will be
much.
all for now.
Bless you
Thank you so
too.
much. Enjoy the rest of
Appreciate.
your day.
Thank you. I love Nigerian professionals who are outside the shores of Nigeria, and despite working hard for their money, are still smart enough to know that that's not all there is in life, because you won't keep doing what you are doing the rest of your life. So, at this prime time of your life, please get this. I don't know why I'm getting this very strong now and sharing. Most of these people, Abdullah is calling from, is it Qatar or Saudi or something like that. You have gone far away from home, you are making money, and you are looking for where to put that money to keep working for you. That's the best gift you can give to yourself, because we've had professionals go out there, earn all the money in this world, and come back poor. Most recently, it was on the news that someone as prominent as Peter Rufai, Nigeria's number one goalkeeper, some time ago, suddenly passed on, and we hear his family struggling for help to carry out the funeral. Taribo West came out talking about it, and Augustine Eguavon, who is the technical director of the NFF, still coming out to castigate the government. And I'm just wondering. Then most recently, we saw a post where it was on a national newspaper, I think a sports newspaper, that Taribo West and Okocha, JJ Okocha, are earning about $190-something million in 1 year, an equivalent of 5.5 billion of today's naira. And the question you ask yourself, what were they doing all along? Nobody earns as much as footballers from that time up till this time. You can hardly find people you know and can refer to that earn as much as footballers. And you know one thing with money, and that's why this meeting is important for your life. You think you are earning so much, 5 million naira per month. I can tell you that's cheap money compared to what people have earned in the oil industry. If you want to check the actual value of 5 million naira years back. But one truth is, no matter how much you earn, if you have no plan of putting something aside for your tomorrow, it will vanish. JJ Okocha is not going to be amongst those begging for assistance. Why? Somehow, some way, he got himself involved in one kind of investment or the other. Kano Wankwo will not be amongst those who will beg. They will continue to be where they want, visit anywhere they want, attend any match they like, because they have found a way to invest part of their income. Now, the Taribo West who was complaining, you could see what a struggle he is facing in life. He was very bitter because it's looking like he is seeing what may befall him should he find himself in such a situation. My question is, where did all those monies go? You were playing for the best European clubs in the world, earning so much money to yourself, much more than the people you are complaining about, including those professionals, Nigerians now abroad, working and earning little thing here and there. They are building for tomorrow. It really doesn't matter how much you bag as salary now. What you do with what is coming in is what will determine your tomorrow. Let no one in this community look for whom to blame when they need help. I can tell you that whatever ailment Peter Rufai went through, it could have been easily taken care of if there was money. A lot of the struggles people face in their later lives, as far as health issues is concerned, is the lack of money. You know, most of our politicians who should have been dead that didn't die. Why? They had access to the best hospitals across the world based on their presence and the influence they have in government. Do that for yourself. Be your own president. Be your own government by putting money to work for you to be able to look after you when you have challenges. Those rich politicians and rich business people will not suffer a life of being stranded because they couldn't provide proper medical care. Whether government provides hospital for you or not, your life is too important to rely on government. If they are failing to provide good medication for you in Nigeria, pay your way out. Go and get good medication. The best medical destination in Africa today is South Africa. How much does it cost to pay your way to South Africa to get the best medical treatment? That's what we are talking about. Please, please, and please. And that's why I can never look down on somebody who does not have too much in terms of income. If that person knows what they are doing, they will build a wonderful future for themselves with whatever comes their way. If you are listening to me now hear this. If such people who played in the best football clubs in the world, earning millions of dollars annually, could become so broke as to become so helpless, how much more you and me, who are earning peanuts in naira? But you know what? No matter how small your income, no matter what currency it is, investing is God's divine plan to make everybody rich. That's why, as far as I'm concerned, nobody has any business being poor. if you know what you are doing. And that's why if you come to me, you are in my circle, you can't remain poor. And I don't care what devil is chasing you from your village. Do what we are doing, no matter how small you are putting in, all you need is time. And God is so gracious. He gave us life and time. If you are alive in the next 5 years, you will be an amazement to yourself. That is the power of investing. Please, please, and please, don't joke. This is about your life. If I can come out of my holidays, my vacation, and still be putting in this, there is a divine hand really pushing me and enabling me, because so many people need to get out of this. The best footballers earning the biggest money are struggling today, and it's not only Nigerians. There are so many African footballers who are in a struggle. How about the movie industry? Most of your darling stars, actors and actresses, most of them are in a struggle now. Why always so? Because they don't know what they are doing with their resources. You better buckle up and do what is good for you, because nobody is coming to save you. I can tell you for free. Nobody is coming to save you. Everything you need has been given to you. Forget who is earning 2 billion, 5 billion, 2 million per month. Focus on the one you have, put it in different places. From time to time, it will grow. Even your children will leave you and run away, because their generation doesn't care. Unlike us, this current generation will tell you, why should I fend for you? Everybody face your front, right? So please, this thing is beyond I buy today, I sell tomorrow, this one is going down, the other one is... No, we are building a fortress. You need it. Nobody's coming to defend you. That's the truth. Have you not noticed that every time, every government, no one has ever satisfied the people? I'm talking about both in Nigeria, in the UK. The previous government is always better, but during that time, they were not appreciated. That's how it has always been. So there is not going to be any government coming to save anybody here. Please understand this truth and work your salvation out now. All right? Blow your money, over to you. Thank you very much. Sorry I had to take this time. Maybe somebody needed to be liberated. So when you see Nigerians in diaspora calling in, working hard, making things happen, and you are there, many other people have gone abroad and come back empty-handed. Some refusing to come because of the shame of not having what to show. Some people have decided they want to build, sent money down, their own blood, run them down. Eat up the money, nothing to show. Protect yourselves. And it is through assets like stocks, bonds, and all of these things, you can really protect yourself from any harsh reality tomorrow. Enough said. On to the next caller, Ehije. Please keep your environments quiet and let's get talking. Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. Thank you so much, Coach, for everything you've been doing. I joined your live first yesterday, and I want to learn more about stocks. So I have a question. I checked the SEC website and I found out that my dad, he bought a stock, Union Bank, some years ago, and want to know how we can go about, claiming, or I don't know. And also, I called him. He said it wasn't only Union Bank he bought. He bought also Dangote Flour, and he was paid dividend about 3 years ago, but he doesn't have track or anything or informations about the stocks he bought. So I just want to know how we can go about it.
Fantastic. Where is he? Are you able to reach him?
Yes. I spoke with him yesterday. We talked.
Okay. Find out from him if he used a broker. If he used a broker to acquire them and he's still comfortable with the brokers, they are still active, then he just needs to realign with them. But if he didn't, or if he has forgotten, or he can't even trace them, not a problem. First thing to do, open a brand new account for him and a new brokerage account, and then let him instruct the new broker after the account is opened to transfer his shares. They will give him a form, share transfer form to complete, and then engage with the previous brokers. But if he didn't buy through a broker and it's public offer, then of course the stocks are in CSCS already. They would dematerialize. So the instruction will be different. But I don't want to bombard you with too much. Maybe you will send me a DM on Instagram. I'll forward a link to you to help him open a brokerage account for himself. Then you proceed with the next stage. Is that fine?
That's very fine, sir. Thank you so much. But
Thank you.
he also said Dangote, but on the SEC website, I didn't see Dangote floor there. So I was wondering.
All right. What happened with Dangote Floor is that it got delisted and all shareholders were paid off. So that means he has unclaimed payoff from the delisting of Dangote Floor. Now, that will mean the registrars attending to that as well.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much, sir. I'm really grateful.
All right. Thank you very much. Okay. We have a request from Lola. And Maobi, please get set to respond to Lola. Let me see if I can call her directly. She says she's a newbie. How do I start? I'm trying to look for her on the queue. Okay, just a moment. The reason why we give priority to newbies is because you are the ones we are sent here for. And if we can't give you a voice here, who will? Every other place you go to, you just see videos and clips and contents. Unfortunately, I can't find Lola on the queue. Hello, Maobi, are you there? Okay, beautiful. Lola is here. Is Maobi there?
Yeah, hello, coach. I'm right
All
here.
right, please stand
Yeah.
by. Hello, Lola. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, coach.
It's good
This
to
is
have you
Lola.
here. Tell us
Yes,
where you're streaming from.
same here. I'm streaming from Iyanokpaja,
Oh,
from
Yanakbaja.
Alimosho local government.
Thank you very much for joining, Lola. Now,
Yeah,
your question, and Maobi, my co-host, will be speaking to you right away. Go ahead with your question.
yeah, please. I just stumbled on your platform while on TikTok. So everything you are saying seems um like a miracle to me. I don't even know where to start. And I have a few thousand naira that I'm not using as at now. So I want to ask, how do I go about it?
Okay, thank you very much. We are first glad to have you, and we're excited that you have some interest in growing your money. Maobi will respond to you right away. Maobi, go ahead. You have the floor.
Afternoon.
Afternoon. Good afternoon. We are glad to have you here. And believe me, the decision you just took is one of the best decisions you ever take, because you can never, or you can hardly go wrong when it comes to proper guided investment, right? So how do you start? First of all, I recommend that you get proper knowledge. It's always good that before you jump into any form of investment, that you know how the investment works, that you know what you are getting into, and you know the telltale signs to look out for. pertaining to that investment. And when it comes to stock trading, it's easy and very simple in the sense that every information that you might need to succeed is already online available for you. So go out there, make research. And when I say go out, I don't mean, doing difficult things. No, just make one or two research about the company you want to invest in or the company you are interested in, and that will give you a very good understanding. Then the second thing you need to do is to open your brokerage account. Now, see your brokerage account as your investment vehicle. You cannot, walk into any company and buy their shares directly. But with your brokerage account, you'll be able to buy, you'll be able to sell, and also you'll be able to hold your shares as you may wish. So do your research, open a brokerage account, and for the brokerage account, we are recommending that you go with a broker that will give you real-time access to the market, live transmission of data. Very, very important. You will not want to be stuck with, outdated prices in the market. So once you have these three things on board, then you are already set in your journey. Then you will come to the most important part, making the decision of the stock you actually want to buy, because you have hundreds of stocks out there. This is where you need to be smart. This is where you need to take good decisions. And this is where you don't need to be, biased or sentimental in any way. And this is where a club like Network Investors Club comes into play. Basically, we are a like-minded group of investors, and we are here every day, exchanging ideas, telling you the updates in the market and what to do, what not to do, and what to look out for. If you have any more questions, I'll be very much happy to help you.
Thank you very much. I so much appreciate this opportunity you have given unto me. What stock brokerage app can I use, and how do I get my stock is it stock manager or stock broker? I don't know the term. I'm so sorry.
Stockbroker.
Yeah. Okay, for the brokerage accounts you can use, we recommend Atlas Portfolios. Like I told you, you will want to go for a broker that will give you real-time transmission of data. Also a broker that will charge you, reasonable commissions in the market. And with Atlas, this is what I use, and this is what many members of Network Investors Club also uses on a day-to-day basis. So with a broker like Atlas, there are lots of licensed brokers out there. So make your research, feel free to go with any of them, but for us, we recommend Atlas.
Okay, thanks for that. What about how do I get a stockbroker? Or is it the same question you just answered?
Yeah, I just gave you the answer now. My recommendation is Atlas. But again, you can go on the NGX website and you can search out, the list of all their licensed brokers. Feel free to, contact any of them. Opening an account is very easy. You can do it from the comfort of your location. You don't need to, go to anybody's office or, it's not a cumbersome process. So feel free to open that account and you can, invest from there.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you so much, Coach.
You are welcome. The last thing before you go, like I told you, make sure you join the Network Investors Club. It's free of charge. Nobody's charging you any money for that. To join that group, you can send a DM to Coach on Instagram to get the link to join. That group will help you stay on the go with good and proper information. Okay?
So much. I'll do that right away. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much, Maobi. Lola, to open your brokerage account, also send me a DM on Instagram. Just follow me on Instagram, send me DMs for brokerage account link and to join the Network Investors Club. Then I'll also send you some beginner guide videos on my YouTube to help you get the foundational knowledge. Maobi spoke about knowledge. That's what we don't play with here. The reason why we see the kind of results we see is because we try to let you use your initiative and come up with your own strategy. The market is not a one size fits all system. There is a way to go about it. And when we give you that foundation, you can now make up your mind on any stocks you hear being analyzed and so on, and then you take position. You will be amazed what results you get. But it begins with having that foundational knowledge. So anybody else who is listening, because I see a similar question on Instagram, want to open your brokerage account, this is your first time, send me a DM requesting for the link to open your brokerage account. Also, to join Network Investors Club, send me a link. We are on Discord. That means you will download Discord app, register your own account before the link will take you to our club. We are over 3,200 members, both Nigerians abroad and Nigerians in Nigeria, and a few foreigners. I always want to mention that one of our executives is actually a foreigner, and we're having a great time there. The link expires after a while. It is deliberate because of the cybersecurity and protection of members in that group. Please, no one is going to ask you to bring money to invest for you. It's not Network Investment Club. It's Investors Club. Do it yourself club. We are investors coming together to share knowledge, to take advantage of market opportunities as they come. I hope that's very clear. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay. Next caller is David Uzokwe. He's been very, very patient. So we proceed to David. Hello, Dave.
Hello, good morning, coach.
All right, it's morning over where
Sorry,
you
good afternoon. Thank you for your good work,
are
sir.
from.
No, I'm calling from Abuja.
Oh, David from Abuja. Go ahead.
Yes. Okay. I saw when Tinubu first signed the insurance law. So one of my friends advised me to buy insurance stock. Then I bought mutual benefits, and the stock already did 100%. So should I keep on holding or should I sell it off?
Why did you buy it? Was it for long term or you just wanted to play the short term game and move on?
I just wanted to just buy it at the moment. But now I think I'll hold for a long term.
Well, the ball is in your court, right?
Okay, but what is your advice?
You got in at a very good time when there was that deal that came, and there could be no better time to buy that stock. So if your temperament is that of someone who likes to buy and hold, then stay put there. But if you came in with short-term funds because you wanted to grow it quickly to deal with a particular matter, then you could bank your profits. Otherwise, the insurance sector is about to experience a very good season in the coming years.
Okay. Coach, today I bought Access Bank stock and also Universal Insurance. Hope they are good too, two of them.
Uni-Insure, I think it was pulling back today, so not a bad time. Every time a stock is retracing, it's the best time to enter, so it's fine.
I bought it at £1 something.
Yeah.
What about Access?
Access is also good to buy for the long term.
Okay, what
better dividend performance as promised by the group chairman.
Okay. So what other stocks can you advise me to get into?
You need a strategy of
for short term.
We don't recommend short-term stocks. That's because nobody can predict the market. Nobody can time the market. But sometimes the market rewards you faster than you imagine. We just look for stocks that are doing well based on how cheap they are. That's why this live stream is always on a daily basis, trying to look for market opportunities real time. Ladies and gentlemen, Fidelity 21 naira 30 kobo. Is it about to be resurrected? We do not know. Maybe you may want to take position quickly in Fidelity, especially for you who is a long termer. Do not concentrate all your investment in the insurance sector as always. Add Fidelity to your stocks.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
All right. It's looking like that lesson really hit home because I'm seeing all manner of comments and people are really, really getting the point. You know, when you are in a progressive environment, when you are in a proactive group and community, you make sense together, you know. But when you want to be sentimental out there, you start seeing people supporting the wrong things. And they most often become the next victims. Find out anybody who is supporting a situation where somebody is crying that this person did not help, that supporter is going to be the next victim because they will hardly take correction and do the right thing. But you know what? We are in this community and we can only but tell ourselves truths that will secure our future. Okay, I hope we are all okay. Please, if you can hear me, go ahead and say yes, 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 yes. We had a little hitch that we're trying to resolve. Just quickly let me know if you can hear me now. Say yes, yes, yes. Okay, I'm seeing your yeses on TikTok, Instagram. Help me with your yes and let's be sure we're on the same page and we can hear ourselves. Thank you very much, Kelmans, for your quick response there over on TikTok. Thank you. Appreciated. So we can fly. Keep the comments coming in. While we were frozen, I wasn't able to see some of your comments. Good day, coach. Can I still be qualified for the Fidelity dividend if I get it today? Nagiri Asuku. Definitely. They've not even announced what dividend they are paying yet. That will happen in October. So anybody who gets in now is qualified. On to the callers as we continue today. Able God, you are the next caller. After Able God, we will be hearing from FX Junkie. After FX Junkie, then we would also listen to Natural. So let's go with Able God. First, next caller, Able God. While we're trying to connect with Able God, which needs to top up
Hello,
this
Coach.
Faro. I think you should top up Fidelity. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, Coach.
Your name and where you're streaming from?
My name is Abiodun. I'm streaming from London. Can you hear me?
Abiodun from London. We are glad to have you. Go ahead, loud and clear. But you are in a noisy place, actually.
Yeah, sorry, I just came off. I'm trying to get away from a noisy place. Sorry about that. I've been following you for a while now. It's been about a year, and all I just do is listening
Wow.
and listening each time I see you coming online, listening to all things going on. But for the past 3 months, it takes my interest in trying to know more about this share thing. Actually, I was into share thing with Wema Bank about 25 years ago, and since I sold it, I never had any interest. But right now I'm with First Bank. What I'm doing is doing just fixed deposits, which I've been doing every six months. But now I'm getting old, and we've been in abroad for a while, and it's started to be a time one needs to come back home. But the way it's been going on, I really have interest, but I have to be sincere and confess I don't know how to go about it at all. And I think sharing is more better than fixed deposits. So that's why I just want your advice on how to make a step or what to do. I tried to find a contact, but it's not really work. So I think it's thanks for giving me this opportunity to say it on this platform. Thank you very much. So that's just my
All right,
input.
no problem. If you were listening, you would have heard Maovi speaking to Lola and explaining the
Very
details.
well. I
But you
did
know
hear
what?
that.
Get
Yeah.
started. Great. Send me a DM, just like she has been advised as well. Send me a DM on
Okay.
Instagram, because the DMs on
Okay.
TikTok I'm not able to meet up. Send a DM on Instagram
Okay.
requesting that you are
Unfortunately, I'm
stepping
not on
out.
Instagram.
I
Is
know.
there any other way I can do it?
Well, maybe you make a comment on today's video on YouTube.
Okay.
Subscribe to the YouTube
Okay.
channel.
Okay.
So subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow the link tree on my bio. You'll see the YouTube icon. When you click on the link, just go in there, subscribe. Then make a comment when today's video drops. Maybe say 5 or 6 p.m. Nigerian time today.
Okay.
Then I can give you feedbacks comment section. That's also not a crowded space, so I can be able to respond almost immediately
Okay.
with everything you need. And then you get started, open your account. Gradually, as you're making up your mind on what to invest, you start. I can tell you it's been a waste of your precious time doing fixed deposit for retirement.
Really? All right. I'm happy to hear that from someone who is very knowledgeable. Thank you,
Hopefully,
sir.
hopefully you'll get the best. It's not a bad thing you did. You needed to know about the stock market before going. If there was no assurance or no platform to learn and maximize that stock market, no need going there. So you did a very good thing by staying safe first. Don't miss that. Right?
Thank
Now
you.
it's time to step next level, because
Thank you
there
so
are
much.
two rules of investment. Rule number one: never lose your capital. Rule number two: never forget rule number one. And that's
Thank
what you
you.
have achieved. Perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
All right, we go on to the next caller. We have just 6 minutes to go. FX Junkie. After FX Junkie, then we will be on to Natural. While we're yet connecting, Hello, coach. I need your intervention with Atlas Portfolios. Jane Kelly, you could have just mentioned what it is. Please, can you confirm what it is that you need Atlas to intervene or respond to? Okay, we're still trying to connect with the next caller. That connection failed. We go on to natural. There is a question here, says, how much can I bid for Cornhall? Okay, it's quite a challenge now because, hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, coach. Hello.
Good afternoon. Please tell us your name and where you're streaming from.
My name is Natural Nkechi, but Natural is my AKA. I'm streaming from Lagos. Thank you so much for all
Thank you
you
very
do.
much.
I'm always so happy to be here. It gives me, I'm being
Awesome.
inspired all the time.
Wow.
So I am a salary earner, like I wrote in the chat. I'm a salary earner, and I want to start investing in stock. I don't have money saved up. How do I start? I want to be intentional now. I want to start building my net worth for retirement. So how do I start? No money saved up. What do I do?
Start from the scratch. And usually, the biggest buildings in this world begin from the foundation. So you need some level of education that is not difficult to come by. And that's why I actually set up all these platforms to help us. One beginner guide video to help you on my YouTube channel. Network Investors Club, which is a community, a group of investors always communicating market information and analysis. On Discord app, daily live stream, 2 hours, Monday to Friday. All my social media handles available for information shared. I think with all of this, I don't know any better place to start for free. So, first things first, send me a DM on Instagram saying you are
I am
just
already
starting.
following you on all your coach. I'm following you on all your social media app. I've already sent you a DM. Yes, you sent me. I've started watching the videos, but the Discord app, that's what my problem. I don't know how to use it. I am there. I am in that, but I don't know how to use it. That's the stress. But now, in the aspect of how do I in the buying, like not having money saved up, how do I start? Do I commit? Can I be buying with any small little money I have? Do I commit it to only one
Have you
stock, or
opened
how
your
do I
account?
do it?
Have you opened your brokerage account yet?
No, not yet, not yet. That's the only one. The link has not been sent to me, or maybe I
Worry,
have not asked.
worry for the worry for the things under your control first. Now, open your brokerage account, and because you're going to open a brokerage account free, it means whatever you deposit, you can start. It's called building because you can start with anything and let it keep growing from time to time. What stock to buy? Hold on, open the brokerage account, then put in whatever 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, as often as you will, then you now strike. The reason why mentioning the stock count and an old story could have become too expensive for you to buy. And that's why the daily live stream is here for us to continue to get back to you on what is really good to enter per time. Is that okay, Mark?
Oh yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I will be on your DM
So
on
we are here.
Instagram for the Atlas for the link.
All right. All right. That settles it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very
Yes,
much.
thank you.
And the reason why we advise people follow me on this platform is because you don't know if I'm knocked off tomorrow, right? So you want to stay in touch. Don't fail to go on the YouTube channel there. Go subscribe. You don't know what you may miss tomorrow. Do well and do yourself that world of good so that there will always be a way to come back just in case anyone gets knocked off. If you keep relying on one handle, you may run into problems. I've had that before. This TikTok account was banned before. This is a some of those who lost have completely lost out because you can be able to find a way to get back to me on any of the other alternative platforms. Today's live video, I mentioned one more caller, and I'm going to still entertain that call. It's already 2 p.m.